In this episode we explore the stunning scenery, beautiful beaches and fascinating cultural sites that make up the islands of the Marquesas. Fatuhiva is the southernmost island of the Marquesas. It's less populated than the main islands of Nukuhiva and Hiva-Oa, and it's a lot less visited because it's not as easy to get there in terms of ferries and flights compared to the main islands. Omeo is the main town in Fatuhiva, and it is possible to anchor there, but it's not quite as protected as the Bay of Virgins where we were.
So here we are on our way from Fatuhiva to Hiva-Oa. So it's about 5 PM local and we've just arrived in Atuana, island of Hiva-Oa. There are a few boats here, haven't counted how many yet, must be about 20. That's where we came from. A little bit rolly where we are, but we selected an anchorage in the outer harbour, and we might move tomorrow. Time will tell.
I've been told there's some really interesting cultural sites in Hiva-Oa, but unfortunately the anchorage was just so rolly that we only stayed a couple of nights before heading on to our next destination. The neighbouring island of Tauata had much more protected bays, so we spent several days there. While we were there, we took part in one of the inaugural events of the Egg and Bacon Bay Yacht Club, which included a dinghy drift and a get-together on the beach.
It's weird, man. When we picked the boat up I found 9 millimeters like not in a full car.
Unusually for the Marquesas, Hannamoana Bay had a white sandy beach, which made it a perfect destination for going ashore and socialising.
Everyone wants to wave at the Easter. You can wave.
Nukuhiva is in the northernmost part of the Marquesas and required an overnight sail to get there from Tauata. So we arrived early in the morning after a very nice sail, and we anchored in the main town at Taohei. Our road trip took us to many of the attractions in Nuku Hiva, and we first stopped at the Taohei Bay anchorage where most of the boats go, before heading on to the northeast end of the island, where there are also very many scenic bays and very nice places to anchor. This particular ceremonial site is new. It was only constructed a few years ago, but it's still got some very interesting artefacts such as stone tikis and traditional carvings, and some replicas of the traditional Marquesan villages, so we thought it was definitely well worth a visit. This archaeological site is one of the originals, and our guide tells us that it dates from at least 600 years ago and housed up to 20,000 people. You may be able to spot the little hole there in the stones. That's where the old Marquesans used to keep their breadfruit, which was a major food source back in the day, including other people, which was a bit of a concern, but we've been reassured that that no longer happens. Banyan trees are of major significance to the Marquesan people and often hold the bones of culturally and spiritually significant people like priests and chiefs and the like. The north coast of the Marquesas is stunning, with dramatic basalt ridges and picturesque volcanic black sandy beaches. After our beautiful meal, our leftovers were fed to the eels in the neighbouring stream, which was one of the most unusual waste disposal systems I've ever seen. Daniels Bay on the southwest end of Nuku Hiva was our final destination in the Marquesas. The bay was named after an old gentleman that lived there for many years, and his grandchildren are still there. As we don't have a water maker, sometimes rewatering can be a bit of an adventure, and in Daniels Bay we had to go up the river into the main settlement and have a chat to the locals to find somewhere to fill up our jerry cans and haul them back to the boat. But they were all really cool about it, and we were able to get our water tanks filled with no issue. The unusual place to be doing the water. So when I said we had no issue, I forgot that we actually ended up damaging our propeller by hitting a submerged rock on the way back to the anchorage. Fortunately, we had a spare. As our first destination in French Polynesias, we absolutely loved our time in the Marquesas. However, we only had a 3-month visa, so it was time to get moving on to our next destination. We hope you enjoyed the video. Join us next time where we explore the totally different but equally stunning islands of the Tuamotus. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.